You've been meaning to schedule that colon cancer screening. Why wait? At Texas Health Hughley, we make preventative care easy because early detection saves lives. This Colon Cancer Awareness Month, make some day today. To schedule your screening, please call 817-551-2787. The Heart of Commerce podcast is a place where we bring you the heart and soul of our business community through the voices that make it thrive. Sit back and enjoy this episode. Welcome to the Heart of Commerce podcast, hosted by the Burleson Area Chamber of Commerce, Melissa Miller and Sarah Roberts. Our guest du jour, because we're fancy like that today, is Lisa Smith with Service Team Pro.
Stop. Reservation. Dang. That was a mouthful for you. Yeah.
I actually wasn't breathing. I think it did all get done in one
You
breath,
got real cute with the soup du jour and like totally.
That actually is what happened. I felt the cuteness be
go to your head.
It was too much, and I was like, "That's extra," but I'm pretty sure I said that right. That is the right word. Like there was internal monologue happening. That messed it up.
This is why I love this podcast right here.
Stop restorations.
Lisa.
Hey, Lisa, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from.
From right here in Crowley, Texas, originally by way of Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. Oh. And so happy to be here in Texas and with you ladies, the sweet ladies of the Burleson Chamber of Commerce.
We adore you.
I adore you guys more. Y'all are awesome and great and supportive. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Tell us what you do. So is it you and your husband, right, that own the business? Is that true?
Yes, I always say that. I kind of work for him.
Oh,
okay. I really do work for him now, but I enjoy it. So it's a franchise that he purchased, and then I work in the marketing area. So I am responsible for making sure that we know what Stop Restoration is and getting it out to the community. And we're so happy to be a part of the chamber.
Thank you.
So you do a great job being the face of the company and getting out and getting involved with organizations in the community and just so naturally connecting with people. You have such a great way of making everybody feel loved on and
absolutely.
Seen and just a part of things. Like I genuinely feel love from you. Like
I feel like I'm the most important person in the room every time you speak to me somewhere. Mm-hmm. Like I'm the only person that you have seen that day. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. But it's the truth, though. It's how I feel. So I love that it's that way. Guess God blessed me that way. I can't take any credit for that. So I enjoy it. It's a great thing to be able to do and live and be able to know that people appreciate what you're trying to give out. Mm-hmm. So much craziness happening in our world. So we have to have some spotlight in our days. Someone lets you know that you're special because you guys do matter. And I appreciate it. And I enjoy what I do too. So that might have just a little bit to do with it.
That does help.
So what is it?
So I do marketing. So I do both the personal marketing, like relationship marketing. So I go out to different businesses, whether it's HVAC companies, whether it's electricians, whether it's meeting with schools, different things just to explain what we do. I say to people all the time, anything unfortunate happens to a building, whether it's residential or commercial, we're the people you call. Whether it's a water mitigation where you have a flood or if it's fire, smoke damage. Biohazard, unfortunately, we talk about, unattended deaths and hoarding and even certain things when unfortunate things happen. We also deal with that as well for families in those situations. Most recently just happened with one of the escrow officers recently, so we'll be praying for them.
So are y'all...
No, we're not dealing with that one. The person that's a very good friend of theirs owns a company and can help them, but in those situations.
No, we are definitely praying for them.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So those types of situations.
Okay. And do you do mold?
Yes, we do. Thank you for bringing that up. You're so good. That's why the Chamber's awesome partner. So that's actually probably about 60% of our business right now.
Okay.
And in the state of Texas, mold is very important because it's heavily regulated. Part of it is done by a mold consultant, and the other part is done by a mold remediation company, licensed mold remediation company at that.
And y'all are licensed remediation?
We are licensed.
Okay. Tell me what the difference is.
So unlicensed means you probably shouldn't be doing the work.
Well, yeah, but you just got... True that. Okay. But you said two different things. right? You said one is, okay. So
I will. Yeah,
okay.
I was just being a little smarty pants, because we have fun together.
So, but I'm in the zone. Like
okay.
Because I see stuff on Facebook asking people, like they want referrals all the time. And I've got to be able to make sure that I'm giving them the right person.
Right. Just because they can do it or they think they can do it doesn't mean they're doing it the right way.
Or that they should.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So in the state of Texas, there's truly licensing and regulation. So there's the mold consultant that actually does the testing. They're the one person that can truly say it's mold. As a mold remediation company, we can only say it's growth and refer you to someone that we know that does testing. They're mutually exclusive, and you have to make sure they're separated.
Okay.
And so what we do is we go in after a protocol has happened, because there's a whole step in the process in terms of they create a protocol so you know exactly what to do, whether to cut 2 feet here or remove something from there, apply what's called an encapsulant or antimicrobial products and things like that. And we are a licensed mold remediation company, and I am a licensed mold remediation contractor. So I'm more than just a pretty face.
That's right.
Yes, you are.
And our company is as well, and Morris, the owner, is as well a licensed mold remediation contractor, and our workers are trained in that.
So, but y'all do the testing, or you refer somebody to?
We refer someone to do the testing, because in Texas you have to have it separated.
It's separated. All right. And is there somebody that... Are they local?
Yes,
that does
they're
the
local.
testing?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. And so there's several different people we'll refer when they call. So we do what we call a free preliminary assessment. We can come out and say, that looks like microbial growth, and this is the process you can do.
Okay.
Here's some people you can reach out to and contact, and then they'll put you back in contact with us after they get the protocol for you.
Now, do they have to get... Sorry.
It's totally
all
fine.
In it.
No, this is good stuff.
As far as insurance, I've got State Farm. I feel like I've got some moldy spots growing. Do I have to have their person come out and look at it before I call you, or do I have you call and then I make a claim, or does that even work?
That's a good question. That's a loaded question. So let me take it in steps. So typically most insurance companies don't cover mold.
Okay.
Really?
They do not. You have to ask for it, and if they do, they only cover up to $5,000 or $6,000. And I will tell you,
nothing.
That's what I was getting ready to say to you. That is like nothing.
Wow.
And you can choose. It is your choice to choose whomever you want to have do the work. Now, would they prefer that you choose one of their vendors? Of
sure
course
they would.
But that's not necessarily the right person to do the job, because that person works for them, not necessarily for you as the insured.
Yeah.
And so we will deal directly with you as the client, and then give you the invoices or things to direct. We also have financing to help you with that processing.
Yeah,
yes,
really
we
helpful.
definitely have financing.
And is that for everything that
yes,
you
for
offer?
anything. Okay. We offer for anything that we do, whether it's mold, water, all of the above. But of course, most policies, I would hope, have coverage for water. If they do not, you need a new insurance company.
Yeah, you might want to look at your
you might want
your homepage.
And then some, if it's secondary, one of the things we like to educate about is if, for example, with the big freeze or with water, sometimes mold happens as a result of the water. Because, for example, we had a 60-day wait before we could get to you, because the phones were off the hook. And there's sometimes that the water, you don't discover that you have microbial growth
Until later on.
And then that's not a fault of yours, because it's not like you're going up under your house and say, oh, let me go see if there's mold in my crawl space, or let me go see if there's growth somewhere.
Break out behind the
Let me break out my tub. Yeah.
Where the pipe bust and
Yeah. So usually that's coming from a water space or a water problem. And then once that happens, then it's called secondary damage or contingent work that's happened. So we also walk you through that process and how to speak with your insurance company and those things. We even have a consumer mold information fact sheet that gives you more information. And if they don't want to help you, we'll help you get to the TDI, and they might just want to help you at that point.
Amazing. All right. So a little hand holding.
Definitely.
No, but that's good, right? Especially because if I've not dealt with mold except for one time. And I think the thing that, at Business Over Breakfast that we had, you mentioned about not putting the fan on the mold to blow said mold spores all throughout your house. And so that stuck with me, because the only experience I had with mold, that is exactly what they suggested.
To put the fan on it?
To dry it out. Obviously I did not call you. because you would have never told me that. But
And you didn't know me at that time.
I definitely didn't.
not.
It was definitely before you.
Yes.
But when you said that, it definitely clicked with me that, like, you're right. There are so many companies out there who are not suited to handle these types of issues, and they're giving the wrong information and spreading mold spores all over my house. And just telling me the wrong information to even, which you even said something about putting, right? You can't put bleach on it. And it's just the misinformation that some people who we would trust would know the right information are actually spreading misinformation that wasn't going to be doing anything effective for us anyway, and giving the wrong information. And it just goes back to the importance of having a licensed person doing the work who knows what they're talking about.
Well, thank you. I'll pay you later. But no, it's very true. It happens. We've come behind quite a few companies that just don't. And one of the things we always say, too, if you're not a licensed company, it doesn't hurt to call someone who's licensed to help be your project manager on the job, because then we can walk you through the process and then make sure it's done properly.
Yeah.
And that's the things that you can also do, and hire us to be the project manager for you as well.
That's nice.
Yeah.
How long have y'all had the franchise?
7 years.
Okay.
7 years this past June.
Now, did y'all move here and start the franchise? Did y'all live in Florida, or have you always been here?
So we've lived all over.
Okay.
So we've been here. We came in 2016. I was my husband was the trailing spouse at the time. We've always had corporate jobs.
Okay.
And so we've moved all around the country, but Texas is where I've always wanted to live. And I was like so happy when the job offer came through for a galvanizing company, pretty decent sized galvanizing company needing an HR executive. And so then that was my last stint. And so Morris was like, well, what am I going to do? I was like, I don't know. Because at the time,
I don't know, but I'm going to be over here.
So we're here. You go figure it out.
yeah, so we were in Tennessee and we had owned a dealership with my son. And so we were like
okay,
figuring.
so that's how he owns the diesel. Oh, okay, all right.
So-
Keep going. The people don't know.
Right.
So, but
Yeah. So when we came here, it's like, well, what do we do next? And so he started looking at, with the franchise consulting, saying what would be something that we want to do. So just before we actually embarked upon the on the restoration company, we looked at a flooring company, and he's like, nah, I don't think we want to do that. And that's how we ended up with the franchise. And that's how we ended up in both those. So I was working corporate still, and then he did the franchise.
so then he had to go to school for all of his licensing and all of that and training.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, when we purchased the franchise, he went out for training. It was an intense training for about 30 days. And then he had to go take tests and all the different things for the licensing here in Texas, and to become an actual bona fide restoration company. And it's worked out
Does
really
he
well.
have to keep his license up every year or every
we
couple
both
of years?
do. So, so the company has to renew every 2 years, and the same with the mold remediation contractor license. Water, once you have it, you're good. But mold, you have to keep up.
Because it changes,
It
I guess,
changes.
maybe.
Yeah, right. Laws work, how it works, things like that. So it changes, especially because it can be so dangerous to your health. And so that's one of the reasons as well.
Okay, so you mentioned hoarding a while ago. I want to know one of the most interesting hoarding situations that you've been in.
time.
Do you?
Oh,
I
my
bet.
gosh.
No. Have you ever watched hoarders? Oh my gosh! Like it makes my skin crawl, literally. But I want to go in there and be like, ooh, yeah. Hi,
We
it's me.
have a different.
You're probably like, no, I just want to run in the opposite direction, right,
I
Melissa?
just want to like strike the match and walk away.
So what's
That's a
interesting
lot.
that you say that about hoarding, what I always share is we forget about the mental side of it.
That's true. Yeah.
And sometimes it's even affiliated with an unattended death. So a lot of that times that all goes together, unfortunately. But the funny, not so funny, because this is what happens when you're in the restoration industry. It's almost like when you're HR, this funny things that we say in HR that we really can't say out loud. So even though you're thinking it, you're like, oh. So in restoration, one of the strangest ones we've had was a person that gathered coffee grounds. And so they were saving, because, coffee grounds are great for mulch and great for gardens. But somehow this person had about 4,000 pounds of coffee grounds, because they had
In their house.
in their whole house, because they had coffee grounds from floor to ceiling in every room in their home. Because I guess at some point in their mind, they were going to take it
It's going to be
to
the
a nursery.
biggest garden.
They were going to give it to someone that, farmed the land, but it never made it from the house to the farmer. And then the other one was a situation.
Okay, sorry.
So you're like, pause. Wait, you can't just go run for that.
You know me. I have to know the whole story. So, I mean, did shovels, and then what kind of damage is left behind because
that's exactly
grounds?
Because it's molded.
Oh, these weren't dry? Coffee grounds? Like it was used coffee grounds?
Because people
or would it even matter? I don't know.
Yeah, so they start off damp, and then but they're still sitting there.
They were used.
There you go, because they're used coffee grounds. Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't like
it wasn't just fresh beans sprinkled the bag out.
No, they would have been fine. Yeah, if it was sprinkled, it's just been a dirty house. But yeah, no, it's a moldy house.
Shoot.
Yeah.
That didn't smell like coffee candle, did it?
No,
and
coffee
they lived candle there.
And they were okay with it.
Yeah.
But, thank goodness we were able to help the family get that out.
How long? Do you know?
About 2 weeks.
No, it took 2 weeks, though. Oh, we have to back up to that. It took 2 weeks to get that all cleared out.
Get that out. We had to gut the whole house to the studs because the mold had grown. Because you have to think about how long did it take?
How long have they been hoarding coffee grounds?
Your guess is as good as mine. However long it take to get that many coffee grounds where you can't see floor to ceiling almost the whole house. And it wasn't
trails.
A small house, yeah.
Just
house
trails
was at least 2,000 square feet. So it's not a small home. Yeah, it wasn't a small home. It wasn't like, an apartment where it's like 789 feet, 2,000 plus. Single person. Yeah. And that's when
that makes my heart hurt.
That's what I was going to say. So that's when the team is very sensitive to that. Because at the same time, you're just like, well, what is the story to there? And then we're very conscious to say, here's some things that look like they're of value to you, those that we can save that are salvageable. But a lot of times things aren't salvageable. And so that's the other side. Now, the story I was interested to tell you because it's sad in terms of the person was an unattended death. Yes. But I'm so kooky that I was looking at the pictures. I'm like, And the hoarding, so they had food, but they finished the food, but they would just throw the trash right there. They didn't take it outside. So that person had a combination of Jimmy John's and Popeyes. And we're like, what's their favorite stuff? Yeah, just look at the trash. It was Jimmy John's and Popeyes. That's all it was two types of bags.
That's all they ate.
That's all they ate day in and day out. But I'm like, what makes you just know that that's your habit? You know what I mean? And so then that's also the thought process because at least that person then does know exactly what they want. But you're like, but what do you do, family? And so it's kind of like as a family member, you kind of go back and go, then the sad part kicks in after that because you're like, wait, they like that stuff, but then you're like, that's all they ate.
Yeah.
Who's checking on them?
Yeah.
And so that's when the team is like, oh my goodness, it really helps you have a heart for people because you never know what people are going through because they hide it from you. You don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You know, no, you can't come over, but you don't know why. So the next time when your people say, no, you can't come over, don't let them tell you several times. I'm just teasing. Don't do that.
Colon cancer is one of the most preventable cancers, but only if you catch it early. If you're 45 or older or have a family history, don't put it off. At Texas Health Hughley Hospital, we make screenings simple and convenient because your health can't wait. This Colon Cancer Awareness Month makes some day today. To schedule your screening, please call 817-551-2787.
We are Baylor Scott & White, All Saints Medical Center. We are part of the largest not-for-profit healthcare system in Texas and one of the largest in the United States. From humble beginnings in the heart of downtown Fort Worth to our growing hospital network all across the state of Texas, we are a trusted leader, educator, and innovator for the communities that we serve. We are the premier Fort Worth hospital for advanced patient care and empower our patients to get better.
But on a serious note, our team is well trained and we deal with that. We even have where we'll partner sometimes with folks that will help with organizing.
This was about to be my question of do you have like a team of counselors or people that you refer as counseling if you have a hoarding situation and people
we have a couple people that will refer them to when it's intense like that that are organizers that actually deal with those situations to help the family.
Mental and
That's good.
all of that.
Yes, because we know a little. We're not in.
You're not in that field.
Can't talk
No.
about it. No.
Yeah.
We don't want to drive them to the other side. Yeah. So we want to make sure that they get the help they need.
That's good. Yeah.
What else?
I know. I was just sitting in that.
Like, I
I'm
saw you
going through.
listen.
I know.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm playing like the show Hoarders, right? And you're right. It is there is an issue there first that has to be addressed because the effect of the internal issue is what's happening inside the house. So I love that, again, in that moment of despair and the way that the family would feel of, we're having to go through this because that's a challenge because of emotions and people and all of that. And then also their loved one who is also going through a really challenging time because you're destroying my treasures.
Yeah.
That's super hard for them. But that you, as just an offering that you have, right, that you have some services that you can refer them to, or resources rather, you have resources you can refer them to. And it's not because that's part of what you're supposed to do because you have to do this or anything like that. You just happen to have these because it is a bigger issue than just let me take care of this mold or let me take care of this unhealthy environment.
But that's their heart.
Yeah. And it shows. So that's
When
nice.
you call Stop Restoration, that's Lisa Morse's heart.
That's right. And it's interesting on a serious note, because sometimes it actually slows down the process of us being able to do the mold remediation because that person's like, no, don't take that. No, don't do this. So you got to teach the team and then you got to go have the conversation with the family like, now this will drive your cost up. So let's help, whomever get better at dealing with this. Let's talk to these folks. Let's get them in and they can be working on this piece while we're working on doing some of the more of the demolition type work we have to do, like taking out drywall or pulling up floors while they're figuring out if we've got to take cabinets out, but we got to deal with taking the stuff out of the cabinets and things like that. One of our, I think, most gratifying things is we dealt with a person that received a congressional medal that had PTSD. And so that was very interesting in terms of walking through that process with them. It was very, I guess it changed the team even just to watch it because you're looking at someone that has served our country, but at the same time, they're dealing with something so different that is so, in our minds, minor compared to serving our country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, but to them, it's humongous. And it's just like, wow. You would have never thought that this person that has received this honor would be dealing with something that seems to us to be minute in the scheme of things. And so for them to be sensitive to that, even as it relates to noises or ringing doorbells or just things that are triggers, just making sure that our team is aware and they're very conscious of it. I mean, sometimes we couldn't even call the person, but you could call the family member.
Wow. What an unexpected response. Like all of this is totally unexpected to me that because I'm thinking just restoration. Okay, we're just going to go in here and we're taking, but there's such a people element to the job that you do. And there's such heart and intentionality in the team that you have that goes and performs the work for it's just so much deeper than what I would have anticipated when we just surface level say restoration and what that need of restoration would be as far as your home is concerned. But there's really that level of restoration that's coming through everyone.
Mind, body, and
team,
soul.
Yeah, your team, the people you interact with, the clients, that just restoration for all of them. That's just a really unexpected
Nice
nugget.
surprise.
Yeah, I didn't
Did you say
see
nugget?
that coming. Yeah, little nugget.
And it's interesting you say that because we drive that home with the team because you think about it, most people, that's their greatest asset.
Yeah.
Is your home. And so we're stepping into the place that's most precious to them. So we have to be very conscious of that. And when I definitely drill in on that with the team. Just to say,
You
go
won't just
into
walk
their
in there and
home.
say, "Oh, this is nasty."
Right.
We don't say that.
No. And even how you respond when you see it, even if it's water, like, I'm like, just be conscious of the tone we have, how we sit and go in there, oh my gosh, let's look at the water. Because you just never know when people are inexperienced, you never know what's happening. And so that's why we also do a preliminary assessment and it's at no charge because we want to be able to walk through, build that relationship with the customer so that they understand what we're getting ready to do, explain the process. We don't just walk up and show up with fans and, okay, let us dry your house out and extract it before we kind of walk through, assess what's going on with the situation. Because a lot of restoration companies will just show up with those things.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, how did you know how many fans you needed? If you're showing up with 30, you might need 10 or you might need 50. So let's assess it because once it's wet, it's wet.
Yeah.
Literally, I mean, you turn the water off, it's still wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's the situation. So,
Yeah.
Cool. What else you want to tell us about you?
I'd like to talk about how we like to give back to our customers
Okay,
as well. So we
yes.
just recently did a Friendsgiving, but we also partner with other organizations to give back as well. We've been blessed, and so we try to definitely make sure we give back into the community. We invite some of our customers out to spend time with us.
You guys open house?
And we did an open house with you guys who were
It was
phenomenal.
so good.
It was
though.
great attendance. It was
but I
great.
thought I meant something else.
Okay. What you meant? I'm talking about the open house with you guys that we did with
the
you.
ribbon cutting.
Yes, that.
But I wasn't talking about that one.
Which one you
Didn't
talking about? The
have-
Friendsgiving?
It must have been.
Yes.
I didn't get to come.
I know y'all were busy.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You
Wait,
guys-
tell me about it. I'm sorry.
So
I
we had a
totally interrupted
Friendsgiving,
you,
so
but
that's okay. So we send out an invitation. We email and say, hey, you know, we
it's really
invited.
pretty.
Yes, it was really pretty. We had a good time. Like we invited the folks from Burleson Police Department. We invited Crowley ISD, some of the folks from there. We invited some of the State Farm agents, all state agents, farmers agents, people that have provided us with business and also customers. Because, for example, Sharon Robinson, State Farm, she had a situation where a whole building, because the sewer decided it wanted to have some water. So we actually had to do some work on their actual building, or Art Brooks and, you know, different folks that have just partnered with us, Burleson Air and Heat, different situations where we've had to deal with in Burleson. And we love being a part of the chamber. It's been a really good thing for us. It's really, we've met some awesome, awesome people.
Well, I will tell you that you being a part of the diplomats is a blessing in itself.
I love the diplomats. I love the ambassadors too. Don't take it wrong, ambassadors, but the diplomats.
You fit in there great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. It's something about me. I need a little.
You special.
Special structure is great, but I'm just not too good sometimes with too much structure.
Yeah, hey, you finally got the calendar down.
I know.
I'm proud of you.
Well, it's thanks to you. She was like, Lisa, the second.
I wrote it. I just wrote it through her whole
And it was like,
calendar.
the first Friday. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get my life together.
She said, I got you. It's fine.
It's
Just open your phone.
Oh, no, it's a paper calendar.
It's paper.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
happy planner. I'm a happy planner kind of person. I stay organized. I do
job.
have it on the phone too. But, you know, I'm old school. I want it on both.
I wanna
'Cause
see.
at some point, the phone might just, my husband tells me that, Morris tells me it won't, but I'm just like, cloud
But
might
what if
go
it
down.
does?
Yeah, but what if it does?
But what if it does?
Backup plan. It's paper.
See, I would forget to write it in both. And then I wouldn't show up to something because
Okay, don't make me laugh. Oh, gosh.
I
Just
would
make me holler.
plan, like, it's going to get missed somewhere if I have to write it on two. So,
Like,
like,
just keep it on the one.
just on the one. And, like, even if I'm putting something at the doctor's office or leaving the esthetician, I'm like, okay, I'm going to stand. Like, I don't even
absolutely
move
do that.
the spot until I have finished putting it in my phone. And they're, like, going behind me and, like,
You can, but I got to
Move
put in that
along, and I'm
second
like,
alert.
let me.
The second alert
I'm gonna
has to
need my
happen. I'm going to
second
need that
alert.
2 days before or a
Yes.
week before.
It's
Now,
I'm
do
a
they-
30-minute drive with a 30 minutes before and a 2-hour before, because that way I've got enough time to who
You can
knows
set
what.
that many? Oh,
Yeah.
didn't
Well,
know
that's
that.
okay, Lisa. I'm not the only one then. I'm glad to hear that. Cause
No, you were in super great company.
yes, I do it ahead of time, the 2 hours ahead, and then I remind myself again, and then I remind myself again, and I set an alarm for everything. So I do use the
Yeah.
phone, but I still write in the Happy Planner. But I put in the phone
Planner.
immediate letter.
Is it called a Happy Planner?
It's
Like
literally called a Happy
Oh, okay.
Planner.
Is that
It's
the
a-
brand? Or
Yes,
it
that
just
is
says
the
happy
brand.
on it?
No, it's
Okay.
literally
All
the
right.
brand. I thought I brought it with me today. It is. It's in the car. But yes, I have it with me everywhere just in case
It's
that
fitting
phone
for you.
dies. Huh?
It's fitting for you.
It is. And they also have a Happy Planner journal. I'm going to start journaling.
Because you have so much time.
Never. I'm just trying to figure that out. It just sounded good to buy a journal.
It was pretty, right?
2025 goals. You know, you got to have them. It's fine.
But-
At least you have the mindset to start it.
Yes.
Now
and,
you've
but now
got
goals,
it just
you
in
said
case you
it.
ever
My
do
goals are before me, so that's it.
it. Okay.
Keep them everywhere.
So we'll have to be sure and check in with you. I'm going to need to make myself a reminder to check in with
your
you,
phone?
but I'll put like a lot of reminders in my reminder. But I can check in with you about how your journaling
Reminder
is
of the
going.
reminder.
Well, because I'm
And at the
probably gonna
very end of
forget-
it, how's the happy journaling?
but actually, in fact, I think one of my alarms was pretty much set up that way, that it was like whatever I needed to do. So there's an alarm for this, and then maybe an hour later it was the same alarm again, and then the next, like the title, because you can edit them, right, was like, no, but seriously. go do this because I knew I'm still not going to do it. Like, I think it was like stretching or something. Stretch. You still need to stretch. But like, no, actually, I'm going to need you to stretch. And I just, because then my hip flexor is going to be real tight. And so.
You're so cute.
I'm old, I think is what it's called.
Oh, you're not there yet.
Sit down
so
too long.
Lisa, let's not. You're not there yet.
Are you setting timers to stretch?
No.
Okay.
I get up all the time. 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know, there's that one room.
Not me. Water drinker. Not so much. This is pretty
That's
good
the most
for
that you've drank today.
Yeah. This is actually it happens.
She likes Taylor's Fiji water.
I mean,
I feel like she drinks the most whenever she's here. Water.
that might be true. Yeah. I think I finished it last time.
So that means you need a show every day so you can get your water intake.
Yeah.
Or we just need to buy some Fiji for the office.
I mean, I think Lisa's idea is better. We should just
Have a show
every day.
That'd be cool. Buy one, get one. Buy
Taylor's
one, get one.
perfectly happy, and this is probably a great opportunity to tell everyone that you can sponsor the Heart of Commerce. You can be a full season or a half season sponsor with us, as well as a single episode. So if you want to help make this show possible,
If you want to keep hearing us.
let me continue drinking Fiji water because that's what I need. Then you can sponsor the show, and we would greatly appreciate your support.
What comes with your sponsorship?
I'd have to read it from the book.
No.
like
a 15-second commercial, 30-second commercial?
There are both.
Oh, both.
Actually, if you're a full season, you actually get both. It's a 15-second, I think, before and a 30-second halfway through. And then the half season is the 15-second halfway through.
Got you. Okay.
And I don't remember off the top of my head what the single episode is, but all of this is available on our website.
And that
the
website
opportunity
is?
guide. BurlesonChamber.com. Thank you so much, Lisa. Anyway, back to the show. Now that that's over with, sponsoring.
What are you doing for Christmas?
Spending time with my family, so that's going to be exciting. It's been a while since we've all been together.
How many?
So my 3 grown children, 31, 37, and 38. Actually, he just turned 39.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yes, Morris and Beverly. And then there's Melissa and then Maya. And so the 2 grandbabies, Miyori and Megumi, 5 and 3.
Oh, how beautiful.
Yes, they're and they're beautiful.
Say it again.
Megumi
Megumi
and Miyori.
Miyori. And where does
So Beverly is Filipino, but my son loves Japanese and he speaks Japanese. He's an anime head.
Okay.
But yes, So
That's
so
fun.
that's that. And my mother-in-law lives with me, so she's 81.
I love
and
it
so
when you call her that.
Yeah,
I mean,
she
I know
is.
that's the thing, but it just like completely rolls off your tongue.
Oh, she's
so
the
naturally.
best. She's the best.
She's
The other
adorable.
one sounds
Yeah.
so. It's almost like I'm a bonus mom, but I say bonus mom. I don't say the one that has the little things.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that either. So, because it's bigger than that, and so we get to spend time as a family. So we're excited.
All at your house?
All at our house. Pray for us. We're going to have our family for a long time. Probably, hopefully, prayerfully, 5 or 6 days.
All of them?
Wow, that is
Yes.
a long time.
Yes.
That's a full house.
Yes, a full house. So we're excited.
That is amazing.
Yes, I'm
So
excited.
is Santa coming to your house?
Yes, Santa's coming to my house. Guess what I got to go do when I leave here?
Go talk to the elves?
Talk to the house,
And get his cookies.
get his cookies, and get his gifts, and like, can you
go
help me?
straight to the cookies,
Yeah,
and I'm
but-
like,
Cookies and milk, and I need some gifts, and they've been good. They've been nice and not naughty, but what I'm going to do too, though, we're going to decorate. You know, I know it's only like what?
it's a week from today.
Yeah, 6, 7 days. Oh yes,
It's a week from today.
Week from today, literally. Okay, the direction.
Alert.
Right.
That's been
The reminder.
How is it already next week?
Right. The reminder. Did the alert go off? Yeah, I'm going to put
It didn't because I don't have one. It should.
Do y'all have decorations up by chance?
No.
Okay, if it was-
So, like, I mean, I have a tree, but I'm not much of a decorator for Christmas. Like, I love it. There is no holiday I love more, and I love Christmas lights. But my living room is like pinkish, and so Christmas clashes with my living room.
You could do like candy canes and stuff.
Yeah,
Gingerbread.
It's not.
Oh, God, that made me holler. She said pinkish. So that's what I'm doing is decorating with the family.
Yeah.
But we will be around if you do need us. We are 24/7, 365.
Really?
Even on the holidays, we answer because
Oh,
God
that's
forbid.
the worst
You know
time,
that's when
right?
things are gonna
Right, because
happen.
that's when people, put stuff in the toilet.
Yeah.
You know, the 93-year-old
Cousin
grandma
Eddie, we
that
know.
didn't know that she couldn't flush the Depends down the toilet.
Oh.
That tries to do that. We've had that happen. So
No.
yeah,
That's a
happened.
plumber.
Yeah, but the plumber has to come. But then once it gets down into it and it backs up into the house, then that's a restoration company that
Restoration.
comes to fix that part. Yes, you're right.
Shoot.
Or unfortunately, on the other side, fire. We have dealt with that. And that's
yeah,
just
that's
sad.
true.
That those are the worst. I think
Yeah.
out of everything we do. Because it's not like water, we can help save something. Fire is just like
It's
ooh.
gone.
Yeah, because in the fire department, they can't just it's like
Put some water here and put some water there.
Right.
Like you
It's
just
just
gotta
like-
spray it off. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the emotional one. So
Yeah, for
but we
sure.
are available. So
Which is good.
yeah.
Because unfortunately, tis the season for fires and things with people trying
Right.
to
Christmas
cook a turkey
trees, cook a
and
turkey,
Christmas trees,
and not keeping them watered,
Yeah, and Christmas
the turkey though. But you said in Christmas lights, the turkey though. You're correct. Yeah,
That's unfortunate.
it is.
Turkey's gross. We shouldn't.
Taylor used to do fun noises. I think he fell asleep.
I think it's probably because we don't wear the headphones,
Oh,
so you can't hear it. So it may be happening. We just don't know because
The whole show is just
we
nothing but
chose
sound effects.
we chose not to have those on. You know,
Yes.
I'm
Lisa,
sure they're happening.
you are such a blessing to us. And we are so happy that you joined us today. And I love you. And thank you for my little treasures that you bring me. Yeah, she does. She makes me smell good.
Yeah, thank
And I
goodness,
appreciate
Lisa.
you.
Well, I love y'all. You guys are
Thank
good
you for being a
partners.
member and just showing up and always being there.
Being genuine. Yeah, it's so good. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're one of our favorites. Not that we have favorites. But if we did,
You would be on that list.
you would be up there.
Be
on
your
that
favorite
list.
one named Lisa. That's what my father-in-law tells me about his daughter and loves. Is that my favorite one named Lisa? Because the other two, their names aren't Lisa, right?
But that'd be crazy if it was.
Well, so that's what I tell. I have a boy and a girl, and so I always tell whichever one of them, like my son, I will say, "You're my favorite boy," because then it's not wrong.
Favorite kid.
Yeah.
You can't be right. You're not the favorite child. You're the
Correct.
favorite.
Boy, I love it.
I'm a favorite boy.
Yeah, but it's your only one.
It's your only.
Well, to everyone, we hope that you've hope that you
I
will
don't know.
have.
What's the rest?
I
of
don't
this-
know.
What's
I
the
don't
rest of the sentence?
You're supposed to get in my mind. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Welcome to 2025.
Yeah. It's been going on.
It's been going on.
for a minute.
For a minute. Yeah. No. You can cut all this out. That's fine. No, it's probably for the best.
This, however, has to stay. Thanks so much for joining us on the Heart of Commerce podcast. It's our unofficial sign.
I love it.